Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, Supercoach Pro. Today we're looking at team review for round 8. Scored 2-1-8-9. Doesn't look good on paper, but we definitely avoided the injury toll that happened with Whitfield getting tagged, Weber out this week potentially as well. And then you look at the likes of some other popular players like Tom Green, didn't have him. So it's worked out well for this week. It means we can pick up some cheap players coming in. Ranking came in a little bit, 13, chipping away now, 13K, 635, moved up 4,000 spots. And I feel like we've avoided carnage, so we could probably make some moves this week. Grab some Luke Ryans potentially if we wanted to, maybe an Oliver. At this stage, I'm a little bit unsettled. So team review, starting on the back line, Dacos, 150, huge game for him. I didn't think he'd go that crazy or else I would have put the BC on him clearly. Kicked a clutch goal against Walsh. Walsh got scaled down 9 points for not really, standing by him and trying to push him off the ball, whatever. 626 now, okay. He's really made a good comeback. So definitely finding form again and finding his feet after a slow start. Sheasel VC didn't work. Clarky's putting back in the midfield and put McKercher behind the ball, taking kick out, so reversal roles. Hopefully they didn't see what they liked from Sheasel and he plays down back again, but wouldn't hate if you were trading, Sheasel and a Premo into two Clarrys and someone else for value picks if you wanted to do it now. It's either jump off or hold on for the rest of the season. Could be a Jackson type move where you should have cashed out at 600K but didn't. I don't know. I don't think I have the kahunas to move Sheasel on this early, but his role looked bad and he butchered it a lot. Really bad. Anyway, Houston 93, moving on. Got burnt a lot. Hadn't had it like under 20 times, pretty sure. Looked good in the right positions. Was around stoppages as well. But just got severely underscaled for how Adelaide played. And got burnt a lot. So not disappointed. Just it's whatever with Houston. He'll still be top 3, top 4 defenders, you'd think. Young, a good bounce up game. 2 late goals, scaled into a nice 130. Probably deserved more than that from impact that he had, especially the marks in the midfield he grabbed. Pretty clutch. If he missed them, it was going back the other way. So, pretty good player and good price, averaging 100 now. He's made up for those 2 poor games before. Just a bit of a low time on ground every now and then. See him sitting on the pine for too long. Stewart, I'm concerned. A bit of red flags here. Red's my favourite colour, but not in this case. He's getting rubbed down in his quads. There looks like there's something hampering him. I wouldn't be buying him in, to be honest. I think there's something up with him. They just haven't told us. Definitely needs to break at some point when that buy comes through. And then Roberts 50. Rampy's taking his spot a little bit. It was wet weather, so might have to hold, might trade. I'm on the fence with this one. But he's made a lot of money, and his 3-round average before that was 93. So is what it is. Graham, tackle numbers were good. So, you'll take that. I'm pretty sure I had him on my field, so I'm doing my changes. I think I was mucking around on my side before. And I can't remember why. Anyway, so he was actually in my field of play. Lucky he scores well with all the tackles he weighs. Cobbin 52. Kind of waiting for a spike game. Not sure what's going to happen now. Looks like it's a bit of a mediocre trade. Made me 80K and that's about it. And just hoping he's got one more big game in him. Maybe it's getting Gold Coast when they bomb it in along to King. And then Hall's dead rook that I can't use this week, which kind of sucks for whooping purposes in the back line for that D6 position. But we might solve that this week anyway. Sarong, well done to Sarong. Played really well. Didn't really get attention from Pickett like I thought he might have. 137 and Bont, just 142. I always captain him the wrong week. I think Bont's been the hardest player to pick in terms of captains. Wibber looks better. Sorry, Bont looks better when Wibber's in the side, for sure. I don't know what it is. Just the handball receives he gets from Wibber are just insane. I just seem to be doing better at stoppage and centre clearances for me, Bont. So good price to pick. I'd still definitely pay 623 for the white if I had to. But as consistent as ever, always. I mean, these 3 have been insane for me so far. 621K, scored at 124. Without those 3, I'd be 50K plus by now. Super consistent, super reliable in any given week. Miller 93, just the last quarter got shut down a little bit. Gold Coast looked horrible in that Q clash, and I wasn't surprised about Gold Coast players scoring poorly. Steele, bounce back. The hype was there about his knee. It was just literally one support bandage, so I didn't get worried out of it. I watched, the preview 10 minutes before the game, watched him warm up. He looked fine to me. Eye test he passed. Still had tackles in this game. What was his numbers? I know people got worried out of him from listening to other people, but you got to do your own eye test and watch the warm ups. If it was heavily bandaged, maybe I would have been out for it. But people think he's heavily bandaged with one little sleeve on him. Like, don't know when the last time people played footy, but you sort of, when something hinders you, and that didn't look like it was going to hinder him. In all honesty, so yeah, I mean, he's probably had a good price for non-owners. I still would go there. He looked fine. I'm just trying to see his numbers. I believe you press fantasy stats, it comes up with the statistics that they had that week. So what do you have? He had 23 times, still had 7 tackles. So what was it? These poor games, too many handballs really in that in that Dogs game. Obviously, he might have been carrying something leading into the Port game, but maybe that's the general consensus we get is the knee was troubling him because he had 7 kicks there and it was nothing in that Giants game before that, and then here just didn't want the ball at all. He only had it 15 times, but still had 9 tackles. So the fact that he had it 10 kicks looks to me like he's fine. Just visually, he looked good. He was running a lot and just looked fine to me. So probably good price if you don't own him. Sharp, I thought I won rookie roulette this week because I thought Sharp would do well against Richmond and was going to trade out Sharp or Mass, and last minute traded out Mass instead because I just had a feeling Mass would stink it up, and he did. He scored like a 47 or something. But little did I know, I didn't want to trade in, McAuliffe to bank 46 points. In hindsight, that would have been a really bad move if I had known that, one scores 126 and one scores 80, but you got to grab a dead rookie. And saying that, Rogers could be a dead rookie soon anyway if he doesn't play this week. But we'll have DPP. Closey, 43, had like a free kick against early. So once you get bad scaling early, it's hard to come back from. So they've got North this week. So I feel comfortable fielding all of them. Even if I had to field Rogers and he doesn't get dropped, I'd feel comfortable against North to field him as well. So yeah, had some kickouts as well. Played a bit of that halfback flank wing role. So he definitely works for the ball, but just that Gold Coast game, they got smothered. So it's still a fine pick. You'll still make money, but he's definitely not a D6 potential keeper when you're scoring those 2 back-to-back tons round 1 and 2 of his game debuts. Anyway, good enough. Most people have them too anyway. And then Wilson, yeah, he's probably a fieldable rookie now. Obviously, he's shown that the last 2-3 games. Garcia, on the fringe of being a sub at some point, so a little bit worried about him, and Rogers, just really fumbly. So is what it is there. Grabbed Gorn, had FOMO, thought he was going to go big. Should have went with English instead. But I was too scared he'd drop a 160 on me this week. If Sheasel had went big, I probably would have risked it with English this week, and English was the guy to pick. Sweet, 74, still looped that better than some of these rookies on field here. I'd rather have Sweet playing than any rookie really anywhere. He's got a better floor than other players, and he's playing against one of the best tap-out ruckmans and who sort of hinders ruckman from scoring. So his next 3, I think, are pretty good. In terms of opponents coming up anyway. So I'm not too worried about this guy. I'd be very worried if I didn't have any way to cover him and I didn't have a Jackson. That's a very risky move if you're playing him and you've got no way of swinging him if he gets dropped or something. Not that it might happen, but yeah. Anyway, he's got Geelong, Hawthorn, North. He'll be fine, and that's why I'm happy to field him over someone else's ruck. Anyway, it just definitely looks to be gone in English this year, and that's it. Heaney, 109, consistent. Lucky he kicks goals too, or else he'd be scoring 90s some games. But yeah, he's just a great pick, great from the start, and glad I went there. Flanders as well, 128, 117 average now. Been a great pickup. Majority of you have him, but played a little bit of midfield too. Dimmer switched to Magnus and played midfield, played a little bit up forward, but anywhere he went, he still found it. The ball was like a magnet to him. Really had it on a string that game. He was the only good player in Gold Coast all game. And then Jackson, 86. Darcy got subbed out with a calf. So, they go to Tracy more than what they do Jackson in my eyes. Jackson looks a little bit fumbly at times, but lucky in the ruck when he's at stoppage, he lays a lot of tackles because he is quite versatile and athletic. So, look, he's averaged 100 from the season. I probably paid what he was. I think he was a bit more expensive than that, but he's a fine F3 for now. And then Reed, 59. Apparently got injury. I didn't see that because I was watching the Geelong game. So hopefully he gets up this week. I heard he is. But yeah, if you got Yo and players like that, very concerning. Tom Green owners as well. Like, what do you do? Hopefully they get up for you. But Dodge Carnage this week and still scored poorly in hindsight. And then Powell, he probably goes for me. 72, I don't know. The CBAs, just not sure I even really see him on the ground. They're getting smashed every week, just about too. So if you're not a competitive side, it makes it hard for scoring. And then Darcy's 49. Yeah, started super slow. It was on 15 at half time, just about or something ridiculous. And then kicked a goal and got scaled up a little bit. But just a lot of time on the bench there hindered his scoring. And Cadman, 65, did well. It was on like that at half time roughly and then did nothing. And same with Buku, had a really hot start and then did nothing for the rest of it. So this week it's probably one or two options. It's really simple for me. Talking on the live streams, they give you a lot of ideas. I actually really enjoy live streams because it makes you think of things you might not really think of. Anyway, could put Wilson forward potentially and grab. That's more money than what I thought I had. And grab Darcy Jones. He's the rookie I like this week. I'm not going to go early on any other rookie, I don't think. I've got a lot of questions about going early. Sutherland and Bruce, the Snoop Dogg lookalike. And I just don't feel comfortable grabbing either of those right now. But it does leave me with a bit of cash in the bank to grab a midfielder with these two picks. Darcy, I'm comfortable fielding. I don't know how I feel about Power against against Gold Coast though. And then 486k could be simple as grabbing Clayton Oliver. Or you could have one more, get it against Carlton and trade make your trade plans around that and hold some money aside from the week after when he plays West Coast. But if Oliver goes under 90, I'm probably not interested in this week. Even if he goes under the ton at all, I'll probably skip him. So could do Oliver this week or nothing. Just wait a week. Or I could do something super aggressive and cash out of Roberts potentially and Powell. For Luke Ryan, the highest scorer in Supercoach. And you're not going to keep these rookies, so don't fall in love with rookies. I mean, Powell's scoring like a rookie, basically. There's clearly some forwards there now you can grab, like Zorko, Mackay, Rankin, that are going to outscore Powell by quite a lot because he just doesn't even have a ceiling to make up for the low floors. While this is loading, basically what I'm thinking is, everyone's on Supercoach at once. It's driving me nuts. Power out, swing Wilson forward. Could probably swing Comden forward if I needed to instead of Buku to shore up that forward line if I wanted to play Comden over Darcy potentially. But the forward line looks okay. It's probably pretty standard from other people out there as well that you see make vids. But grab Luke Ryan this week. How much cash do I have left over? 212. Kind of annoying, isn't it? That kind of money, because then it means I can't play Wilson. I have to play Darcy Jones in the midfield. Interesting. I'd probably have to do something with this lineup. I put him back for. It's just a really slow burn at the moment. This computer's everyone's on Supercoach, so it means Wilson would go forward into the midfield, and then I'd have to grab Jones in the forward line. It means I'd have to field Jones potentially against Essendon, which I'm all right with. Like he scored a couple of 70s now. If this will ever load. Who would have thought doing a Monday night Supercoach video that I won't even be able to show you the trades I'm thinking of? But I'm about to crack it and just end the video. I can't calm down. Oh, I think I've lost it. Oh, this is painful. This is like when you're about to crown. Then you need to leave work real quick. Get me to the bathroom. 212. All right, so it leaves me with 88k. Finally, we got there in the end. Thanks for still watching. Luke Ryan, Ian Roberts, and Powell outs because they are rookies at the end of the day. They're not keepers, clearly. I mean, Roberts, rampy, maybe has damaged his potential kick-outs and wet weather footy. Maybe I could give him another go at Freo, but my backline would be done. It'd be Ryan, Dacos, Sheasel, Houston, Young, Stewart, and I'd feel pretty comfortable. Only thing is, like I said, it means I'd have to play Jones this week. I'd have to upgrade the forward line next week. I don't know why Flanders isn't there. Flanders should go to the midfield. And then, I don't know, I could really play any rookie. Then hopefully Rogers does get dropped, so I've got a bit of a whip to play with potentially. I don't know who I'd play out of these guys. Probably if you're looking at just an easy beat, probably Wilson would be the better matchup against Hawthorn than what Sharp is against wingers at Sydney. So that's probably how I'd line up. Then the week after, I'm probably going to think of what move I'd do then too, because I probably can't grab a 600k player of the money I've got left over. 88k. Sharp would be 400k. So to go one up, one down again. Maybe get rid of Cadman then. So that's 600,000 plus another 88. Yeah, I could do another upgrade like that. I should be fine for upgrade cadences. Like Sweet will max out at some point soon. These can go as well. So I probably don't need to go value route, to be honest, when I'm looking at Wilson, Closely, Graham, Darcy as well. Like I've got a lot of 300k players thereabouts anyway. So I feel like pretty comfortable. How many guys have we got around 300? Combin, Sharp, Graham and Closely getting there. That's 4. Wilson 5. Cadman 6. Karma 7. Darcy 8. I think I'm in a good position for 300k fat cows. So probably don't need to go down a cheap route or else I'll be kicking myself when I'm running Clayton Oliver's at M8 potentially and he starts scoring 90s at some point. But if he does score well this week against Carlton, I'm happy to pay an extra 20k. Maybe Hewitt goes to him, I'm not too sure, but maybe gives me one more eye test to see if he gets back-to-back tons and grab Ryan while he's cheap enough because after this week, he's going to be close to 700k, sort of maxes you out. Let's hypothetically say he goes around that. What does he become? And he's got St Kilda who dropped the 171 against last year. That's wild. He's a pod as well. He's a pod defender, and he's the highest scoring Supercoach player. So it kind of makes sense to get him, doesn't it? Like just go all out. What's he got? What's he going to be? Is what I meant to say. Sorry. He gets another 139 or 140. He's 720k. You'll be priced out of him. Like no one's going to be able to get him by round. He's got the good buy as well, I suppose. I think I might send it for Ryan. Cash out on the 2 rookies because Powell's no good. You're not going to finish your side with Powell. You look at the forwards, I suppose. Like who do I got? I got Heaney, Flanders, Jackson, Reed. I probably would rather whoop some players later on in the season as well as my forwards. But whereas I look at Luke Ryan, you can see on the screen there, his total points are more than Gawn, Heaney, and Sarong. I know that was an anomaly, but they play Richmond again as well. He's better than Matt Rao. What's his 3-round average? Is 141. Bailey Dale. I should have went there. Should have went with my gut and not listened to other people. Bailey Dale. I said worst case play, he'd be a good pick and he'd make you 100k and you can switch him as when he comes to 550 and you could grab a full on Premo potentially. But who would have known that you could have grabbed Bailey Dale and then in 3 or 4 weeks' time make 150k and bring in Tom Green from a Bailey Dale? Oh, he's made 74k. Anyway, that's insane. Like Luke Ryan, I think he's got to come to the side for me to get anywhere. He's in 14% of sides. Who's everyone bringing in? I mean, it might not be a bad pick if everyone's grabbing Clarry and I'm grabbing Luke Ryan. This could be a good thing for me. 13% of sides. I thought it'd be a lot more actually. Luke Ryan though, 7%. So he'd be a 20% player. That makes me want to get him even more. If that many people are grabbing him, and then he's in 1 in every 5 teams, he's going to hurt me a lot. Yeah, sub 1 early, that's risky. Interesting. I think I might do it based on, if that gets to around 10,000, I think I might just go there because I don't want it to be 25% and I don't have him against St Kilda next week. He prices me out. Like, even if he scores 100, he's going up a lot of money after that. 197's in his system for another 2 price cycles. So, yeah, maybe it's buy Roberts this week, put all my eggs into one basket again and watch him do a 112 like Gawn did a 111. It's like when I paid for Houston for 597, he grabs a 107.93, but surely they come good and they just smash out huge scores. And you're like, all right, this is why I bought them. Over the buys too, like it's going to be annoying with those round 13 buy players that I have out, but they might actually probably help me during the other buys when everyone's got all these Clayton Holvers and stuff. These guys will be playing for them the other rounds, I suppose, or people could grab them after their buy, whatever. But they might be a bit priced out when their buy comes to it. So I'll have Ryan, Houston, Young, Sarong, Butters, and Jackson out. But you can see I've got cover. So I have one spot missing. So I have two spots missing. Be able to cover the midfield potentially. I can cover that by looking at that anyway, especially if I trade out a few rookies like Sharp, etc., which they'll be gone. I think that's the move, to be honest. Ryan's got to come in. And then I'll just wait to see what Oliver does next week. And if he goes well against Carlton, then it gives me another look. And then if people grabbed him, I'm only putting an extra 20K. Sure, he doesn't go another 140. I mean, Cat's the easiest team to score mids against. So I think I'll leave it there. 80K in the kitty feels like a good thing. Projected, I don't take any notice into, but 2-3 is nice enough. I just not a huge fan of projected. One stage said I was a 2-4 or 2-5, and then went to a 2-2, and then it didn't even get close to what I got anyway. So I'll leave the video there. Catch you on the next. If you've got any questions, just chuck them in the comments, and yeah, give us a like and sub if new. It's been good doing the streams as well.